Yay, I'm live. Okay, so late night stream tonight, guys. Been needing to finish up the Oni for quite a long time. It's been on my avatar map for like fucking ever, but never even sought to really finish him up. And I honestly really ought to finish him up. Webcam's a little crooked. So, it's gonna be a really boring stream tonight, only because I really wish I can play music, but you know, YouTube copyright and all that. But yeah, here we go. So the goal here is I need to make a weapon trigger for his Kanabo on the back, but the problem is what I'm gonna have to do actually. Okay, this is his spine. Oh, well, ain't that interesting. I think it's always meant to be like that. Chest. Okay, so it needs to connect to his chest, I believe. This is all his fancy bits that move. Probably put dynamic bones on most of these objects. If VRC doesn't yell at me, but they will probably yell at me if I put a shit ton of dynamic bones on this. Yeah, late night for me, but maybe not late night for you. It's 2:04 in the morning here for me, so anytime you hear late night, it's because it's hella late for me. I know much of my viewers are probably actually from the other side of the world out there, so I know much of our Discord users are actually from like mostly like Slavic countries like you know, Russia and stuff like that. So time zones are definitely a hell of a lot different. But yeah, it's pretty late, so that's why I'm talking very monotone and so sexual. No, not really. It's just I'm very tired because I just came back from work too. But I really wanted to make a stream today, so I decided to finish up the Oni because it's definitely something that I've been putting off for a while. So, oh fuck, there's an upper chest. You know what? I wonder if the Kanabo could actually go on his upper chest. But let me try chest. No, maybe not. No, actually it works just fine on his chest, actually. So what I'm doing is I'm just pretty much parenting it to his back, so any time his back moves, the Kanabo will move, like, with it. It's been a long time since I've made weapon triggers where this is going to disappear and then appear into his hand. But I know I can make it work, I just need to fiddle with it for a little bit, and then I'll probably eventually get it to work properly. I mean, I've literally have not messed with VR chat avatars in probably a good solid month, maybe month and a half, only because I had a lot of other shit that I really had to do, and I was just wanting to play other things. Either it was grinding the Rift, or it was just playing other games, honestly. With the Red Dead Redemption 2, now that I have it on PC, and then Halo Reach on PC, honestly, it's occupied a lot of my time. It's really hard to play Dead by Daylight nowadays when I'm always getting frustrated with the shitty dedicated servers, or just how unfair it is for killers nowadays. But that's my 2 cents. But I still have a great love for this game, obviously. So, okay, so the Kanabo is attached to his back. So that's pretty much done. But what we got to do now is we're gonna have to make a weapon trigger for his Kanama. I was gonna say katana, but then I saw Yamaoka blade, and I said katana or some shit. I pretty much already have him rigged up. I really just need to make triggers for him, and I've been meaning to do it for the longest time, but it just kind of just gonna be straight up. I've been lazy. I've been putting it off for a while, so yeah. So that's me. But anyways, how are you doing, Mr. or Mrs. Laurie Strode is life? I appreciate appreciate you coming into the stream because I'm very, very, very lonely. I masturbate every day because I have no life. I really, really wish I could play music right now. You have no idea. It sucks having to play in silence. Or, well, do things like this in silence, honestly, because I love listening to music when I do a lot of my VR chat work. This is why I like Twitch, because you have a little bit more freedom when it comes to that kind of stuff. But YouTube's like, nah, copyright strike. I'm doing good. I'm doing fantastic. I'm just tired, honestly. I'm very fucking tired. I hate being an adult sometimes, honestly. I just really want to get my car fixed. It's kind of stressing me out. It's funny because I'm mechanically inclined. Like, I'm very mechanically inclined. Like, the most extensive thing I've ever done on my car is probably head gasket change. But I've never actually done like a rebuild, say on like a transmission or an engine. And I gotta get in. I have to get a rebuild on a rear differential on my car. But the positive in this is I'm going to be putting 373 gears in it, which I should get a little bit more torque out of the V6 engine, or otherwise known as the V6 Essex Ford engine, found in many of your 80s Mustangs up to about 2004. I think that's when Ford decided to put in a different V6 engine in many of their cars. Because once 2005 hit, the block changed, I believe, for many of the V6s in like their Ford Mustangs and shit. Don't mind me. Got a runny nose, even though I'm not sick. My girlfriend was actually just got a cold, and all my coworkers are sick. Somehow I've come out on top. Knock on wood. No cold. Yeah. I'm so anal when it comes to this stuff. Like, anytime that I do a lot of this stuff, like, I'm very fucking anal about the positioning. Although I'm probably just gonna roll with that, and I'll just fuck with the positioning more later if I really have to. Are you like wow astonished or like wow like I don't know, upset? I drive a, maybe I shouldn't say this, I don't know, but I drive a 98 Mustang. Try to guess, in the future when I probably do more YouTube videos, I probably will show off my car, only because I'm very proud of it, even though it is just a V6 engine. I know a lot of people will be like, why'd you put so much fucking work into a V6? And it's just like, well, you see, when you fall too far down the rabbit hole, there's no going back. I've literally spent money on a rebuild on the transmission, and at this point, I may as well just make it a project car and keep it for the rest of my life, honestly. That's kind of where I'm at with the car. So when I actually get my career going, I will, who knows what Ford engine will come out by the time I'm done with school. Maybe a really high-end Coyote engine. I don't know. That was like one of my goals, was to put a Coyote engine into that little SN95, but that just boils down to money. I don't have money. I'm poor. Like a poor college student. I'm sure all of us college students have been there. You make do with what you got. What in the hell? Dorsal? Is that even a fucking anatomical term. I'm literally going to be taking anatomy next semester, and I've never heard of a part on the body called the dorsal, and it like moves his like armpit muscle tit fucking area. That is very interesting. I actually really look forward to taking anatomy next semester. That is probably going to be my most enjoyable science class I've probably ever taken. Microbiology being like, it was okay, but very hard shit. I'm not going to lie when it comes to trying to become a nurse. What I mean by when I'll probably show it off is I had honestly before I started this channel I actually did have a video, and I think I still have it, the updated version of the video on my computer somewhere. I think it's probably located in the videos. But it was basically just a video about all the work that I did to my car, and I'm gonna have to redo it anyways because I'm gonna about put more work into the car again. So I mean, I'll probably show it off, and I don't know, see if anybody's like interested or whatever. I mean, if I figured it would fit the theme of my channel, just because I call it I drive a '98 Mustang, but it's I call it the Death Stang because literally all the emblems on the car have skeleton ponies. Like the tri-bar emblems on the side of the fenders are skeleton ponies, and the front of the front emblem on the front of the car is also a skeleton. So I figured it's all matte black too. My uncle and I spent a good, we spent a good, I don't know, half a day just painting it like matte, shitty $100 matte black paint. It came out pretty good. The sun the UV and shit kind of beat down on it a little bit only after 2 years after I've done it, but it looks okay, I guess. It's like heavily cosmetically modified, honestly. I don't really care to drive or have the fastest car, I'm more of a cosmetic kind of guy, so I just want a car that looks good, and if that's all that really matters to me at the end of the day. My dream car, though, however, is still a Mustang. I've always wanted to have a 2005 to a 2009 S197 Mustang around that year. That body style is just hella fucking sexy, honestly. I really wish one of these days. That's literally going to be my dream car and project car. Mocha blade trigger. Let's see. Alright, so now we made a trigger. That not only took for me forever because I can't multitask with the shit. Let's see. Oni. I think this comes to the animation part. Sorry, it's already been a long time since I've done this shit. So animation, we are going to basically create a animation for this now. So project. Jesus, how do I even create an animation? I'm telling you, I'm losing all this shit because I haven't been doing it in a while. I think, it's just this. Duh. Create. Okay, we're gonna call it I can't spell Japanese words worth of shit. Yamaoka blade trigger. Save. Okay, here comes the fun part. What I'm going to do, though, is I'm going to cheat, because if you guys have ever seen my VR chat avatar videos, you would know that I can kind of cheat on this a little bit. What would be a good one? I think I could do it with maybe Trapper's animation set that I made. If we go to Trapper here and we go to Machete Trigger, yeah, Machete Trigger. We're going to copy these keyframes. And then we're basically just going to paste them in here. Yeah, we're going to have to do some modifying. Oh, hell. We're going to have to do a hell. Oh, my God. What is wrong with his thumb? Shouldn't be like that. Somebody was telling me his thumb is a little wacky. And I wonder if it's because maybe I never properly actually rigged them in VR chat. I don't know. I thought I did, though. Hell, I may actually have to re-export them, honestly, and that's gonna suck because I really don't want to do that. But rig figure, sure. Is the only character you can pull up at the moment. No, he's not the only character that I can pull up, if that's what you mean. I have many of the killers already ported over. Oh, yeah, I did do a boo-boo, didn't I? I forgot about this part. There we go. Everybody bitching and complaining about why his thumb was all fucked up, and I realized why it was fucked up. It's because I don't think I ever actually rigged him up properly. Yeah, I can pull him up. I can also show you what his mask looks like without it. I think if I made it a separate mesh, if I didn't make it a separate mesh, I don't think I'll be able to, but I can try after I rig him up properly. I will definitely show that for you. So I'm gonna have to rig him up properly. Damn, for the longest time I've had him on my avatar map, not even rigged up properly. That is so fucking funny. Because I remember somebody telling me, they were like, oh yeah, can you look at his thumbs? Because his thumbs are like kind of flipped backwards on each other. And I was like, oh, that's working just fine on my end. Little do I know about my own shit. I make a lot of errors with these, honestly. If it wasn't for Anime Arts in our Discord, fuck, I would have so many fucking boo-boo errors that I shouldn't be making. But because I pumped these out, or was pumping these out, like, God, I was doing this shit, like, so much just because it was hard to keep up. It was hard to keep up with the cosmetic releases that I was just pumping these up, like, really fucking quick. Killers are a lot more harder to do than survivors just because you have to make triggers for their weapons and shit, and that's why it got really tedious. Survivors are a walk in the park. You literally just export, put them together, and you just ship them easy. But yeah, killers are another thing. That's why I was putting this off for a while, because it's going to at least probably take me a good solid hour and a half to do this properly. God damn it. His armature is a little bit different, I think, than most Dead by Daylight models. It's using a custom sort of rig. It's hard to align this properly. There we go. I forget what other killer uses a different rig from the rest of the characters. I believe it's Demogorgon. Demogorgon uses a custom armature fitted just for that killer. Come on, it was right there. Ew, that doesn't look quite right, does it, though? Maybe I'm just tripping. Oh no, there's something definitely off about that. Maybe if I did that. No, it's not gonna like me. Okay, wait, let me go back. Guess we're just gonna leave it like that. Just popping in to say you're awesome and I love your content you produce both on YouTube and VR chat. Keep up the good stuff. I very much appreciate that, sir. I'm gonna be straight up with you. I'm just trying to find my niche. Honestly, I really do appreciate the support. Honestly, like, it's funny with me. Like, I'm really trying my hardest not to make any mistakes like past YouTubers make and things like that. I'm really just I'm just doing me, man. It's just me. I'm just trying to do me. But again, I'm trying to find what works for my channel and what doesn't. For the months to come, like I said, I have a lot of projects, but it's a matter of time management. And Jesus Christ, this armature is really hard to work with. I'm just gonna be straight up right now. Like, his pinky is like way over there. Sorry, I'm getting a little off topic, but yeah, I really much appreciate it, man. Any support's very much welcome. You know, like, I can ramble on like a motor mouth if I have something to talk about, honestly, like I am right now. I actually appreciate it when people actually talk to me, because it gives me something to do while I'm doing this, because otherwise it becomes very boring for both my viewers and myself. I saw Schemo's render of him without the mask. It's awful. Yeah, his head isn't fully detailed. And I think the reason why for that is it was never meant to actually have his mask off completely. I mean, if you look at, say, the Observer that's in the Rift, or otherwise Archive, I should say, he actually has no face. The Observer has no face at all in the Archives. I can actually show you what he looks like if you would like. But yeah, he's a faceless man. Okay, I think I got that. Man, that was a hard fucking fix. Like, damn, and I still need to like raise these up a little bit. Maybe the index finger needs to move over a little bit. Like, this is very difficult for me. Ugh, excuse me. Yummy. Can I twist this? Kind of fix it. But yeah, I'm trying to do more VR chat stuff. I'm honestly trying to get back into it because I've been putting it off for a while. Only really because I've been really busy. And why is that red? Why is that red? Oh, it has to be faced up more? Oh, that's interesting. I've never had to mess with the neck bone. It's usually always the arms. That's so weird. Like I said, this is a totally custom armature for the Oni. So it's really interesting seeing what I have to fix within rigging him in Unity. It usually doesn't take this long to rig them because most of the time they're just pre-done. You just have to really just align it. But I'm doing major aligning for his fingers. His face is pushed in. Yeah, he's like a fucking pug. He probably, every time he probably laughs, it's like... Yeah, but like I said, I don't think his face was ever really meant to be seen, so the developers didn't really put a whole lot of time and effort into the art on his face. Like I said, it's just like Demogorgon, or not Demogorgon, sorry. It's just like the Observer. Why give him a face if he's never going to show his face on screen? It's just a waste of resources and time. At least that's the way I look at it in any way. Oh my god, the bones on this thing are so fucked. Hey, maybe if I just... Yeah, it really doesn't like that. Man, this is going to be really fun. Let's see. Okay, so right there. I don't think I ever had to really fuck with his index finger like that before. Or is that just me? Maybe I did. It's like all the alignment on these bones is just really, really bad. I really don't like working with Oni's armature at all. It's really, his fingers are really fat too, so you gotta space them out just right. I might not do a whole lot of his cosmetic sets unless they're really cool. Like, I think, I forget what the cosmetic set's called, but there's one in particular that he shipped with that I kind of really liked. I might do that one, but I don't really want to fuck with Oni too much. I really don't like this. It just takes too much time. Especially all the weapon triggers I have to do for him, like his Kenobu blunt object fucking Bam Bam stick. I have to create 2 separate triggers for both his katana and his Bam Bam stick. But what I'm going to do essentially for him is, my plan was, so if you guys actually play VR chat, not many of you guys probably do, so this is kind of just for you guys out there that have VR sets and fuck with VR chat and fuck with people, but what I'm going to do for the Oni is I'm going to essentially make it where my brain just went fucking so you're gonna have triggers on your little stick pad things. So one's gonna be to pull out his katana, and then the other one is gonna be his rage ability. So if you click on a different area on your control pad on your VR chat, your VR headset, he's gonna go into frenzy mode, and that's when he'll pull out his kanabo, and his eyes will actually glow, much like the Oni in the actual game. The only difference is I haven't really found I could try to find something, but I haven't really found a particle effect in terms of all that red frenzy stuff that kind of illuminates off his body. That's something I'm gonna have to see if I can do. The thing is with Unity, VR chat specifically, honestly, is... Sorry, hold on, I'm really looking at his hand here. I think his hand needs to actually... move. I think it's crooked. Yeah, his hand is crooked. That's why I think I'm having alignment issues here. Yeah, VR chat does not really like a whole lot of particle effects, just all that kind of stuff. Like, it causes a lot of performance issues in their minds. It really all just depends, though. So yeah, it all just depends on people's systems and all that kind of stuff. So anyways, give me like 2 seconds here. Yeah, never mind. Thought the dog was starting to act up. God, these fingers are like... I wonder if it really doesn't matter if I have them so spaced together, because in the end, when you actually get into VR chat, I don't think this is all going to much matter. What's sicko mode? Is that like a Dead by Daylight like meme term that I don't know? Does Michael have a face under his mask? No, he doesn't actually. The mesh. So Michael's mask, his mesh basically is pretty much just eyes. If you've ever been inside of the actual mask, the only thing that's really detailed is the eyes are just sculpted into the mesh. Other than that, no, he doesn't actually have a face. It's pretty much the mask is his face. As for Ghostface, Ghostface actually doesn't have a face either. It basically looks kind of like a dummy head, and then it just has a front face mask that's just plastered onto the front of the mesh. There is no actual face. Again, the reason why developers do this is because their intention was never to actually have their faces ever exposed. So there's no sense of putting in all those additional details, and it's a waste of time and resources. Again, time is money, so no point in doing any of that. So okay, I think I've corrected this as best as I could. Like I said, his armature is very difficult to work with. You gotta really... like I said, I'm anal when it comes to this kind of shit, so I really like to make sure it's as straight as I can kind of get it, but there's only so much I can really do. Turn this a little bit. Okay, everything's in the green. Check the head. Okay, everything looks good. Okay, and oh, wait a minute, I'm not done. Okay, I think his hand... Yeah, this one's kind of a little more up, isn't it? No, that's probably good. Done. Apply. Oh, he calls demon mode sicko mode. Yeah, he will have a quote-unquote sicko mode, but it's... oh wait, I can actually show you what his face looks like underneath the mask. There you go. And that's the Oni's face, all pushed in like a pug. Very ugly looking. All nice and detailed though, I must say. His eyebrows are... his eyebrows are literally just a texture, they're not real. I just noticed that. Yep, that's Oni without his mask on. I hope we get a Ghost Sheet Mire soon. That would be a cool cosmetic, I'm not gonna lie. I know a lot of people have been wanting that cosmetic, and I think that would be kind of a cool cosmetic. Personally, I really fucking want a Leatherface Pretty Woman cosmetic that we saw at the end of the film. I'm really hoping we get one of those. We can also get the Granny Leatherface skin from the first film as well. Most of the other Leatherface cosmetics from other movies, redone movies, I never really gave a shit for. I just really like the first film. Most of the remakes and little spin-off films are really just kind of crappy in my opinion. With the exception of the 2003 and 2006 Texas Chainsaw Massacre movies were okay at best. I'm going to hide him for a second. Okay, so now what we have to do is we have to align this katana a little bit better because it is completely out of his hand. You know what? Fuck. This thumb is still kind of shitty. I think if I actually mess with the animation though, that will fix itself, right? Yep, it did. Cool. Okay, so we're gonna have to do some major fixing here. Oops. Fucking hell, what did I do? There we go. Yeah, his hand is gonna need to be fixed a little bit. First, what I could do is for the katana. Okay, it is still not working. Why is this being so fucking stupid? I don't know why it keeps changing back to normal. I think what I'm actually gonna do is just deal. Oh, wait. Ah, fuck. Wait, I can revert that? Yes, I can. Cool. We're gonna copy these keyframes here. Copy, delete, project. Cover that shit back up. Yeah, I don't think I would ever like the Oni to actually have his mask exposed. I would probably be a little disappointed at that too. The only cosmetic that you actually get to see his face partially is it's one of them. I think it's one of the ones that you don't have to pay for cells. Can't remember what one it is, but you can actually slightly see his face. I don't think Quentin really ever had any real cosmetics, because I think it's going based off the 2010 Freddy movie. I don't think he ever really had any real cosmetics, though. So I don't know how you would really license any new ones for him. You could with Freddy, though. You can make like a cosmetic that makes him look like the original 1980s version of him. But, anyways, I'm trying to... Oni, Yamaoka. So we're going to delete these animations here, and we're going to have to redo them because they look like shit. Now that we fixed it, you don't have to worry about that anymore. Okay, now we're going to do this again. And Yamaoka blade trigger. Okay, so animation create. I'm gonna do this again. Yamaoka blade trigger. Okay, create. Paste keyframes. Did that fix? I think it fixed, hopefully. Yep, fixed it. Damn it, peanuts. I don't think Quentin's face is all that bad in my opinion. I know a lot of people want it to be fixed to look more like the actor, I've been told. And I think there was plans that they were trying to get in touch with the licensor to make that a thing, but I don't know if it's actually going to go into fruition or not, but one can hope in the future, right? Oh, that's right. He did have a Speedo outfit, didn't he? God, I can see that being a meme, dude. Everybody buying that cosmetic, making memes out of it. God, just imagine. That would be pretty funny, though. Hell, I think the fucking patient gown Myers is kind of a fucking meme in my own opinion. Oh man, it's gonna be really fun trying to align. Probably like right here, maybe. No, I don't know. Maybe right there. Maybe a little lower. Honestly, that probably just worked for now. Right now, I just really need to align his fucking hands a little more better. because they look like crap. Let's try messing with this value. It's not gonna work, or what's going on? There we go. Let's see, and maybe like this. No. Alright, maybe like this. Yeah, this is gonna be really fucking annoying, honestly. Like, his hands are just so just very, very hard to work with, that I don't really know how I'm gonna really do this, because they're so, the armature, like I said, is very, wasn't designed for this game, obviously, so it's very meh. Like, look at his hands, they look so awful. Maybe it's the middle finger that's throwing it off. Yeah, it works a little bit better. That's slightly better, but I don't know. Maybe that. Maybe this. A little bit of that. Maybe a little bit of this. Maybe a little bit of that. I don't know. Maybe the pinky. You turn down the volume on this thing really quick. There we go. There. Maybe the. Oh boy, let me see here. Maybe it's going to be the ring finger, maybe next. Nope. Why is it not working again? Okay, there we go. Ring finger. No, it's actually the pinky finger. How's that look? Well, not the best, but better, I guess. The katana obviously needs to be kind of turned around a little bit. Yeah, Lori's face could actually be improved, in my opinion. I think Lori's face is definitely not like what's her bucket from the original 1970s Halloween. Again, this was when Dead by Daylight obviously didn't really have much money, funds, time, artists, you know. I think they could honestly redo it with how much talent and money they have now off of this game alone. That's my own opinion, but whether or not we get something like that is totally up to the developers and what Matthew Cote wants to do. Oh yeah, Shirtless Myers. I actually did make a Shirtless Myers avatar. I don't know if you guys have seen it or want to see it, but I did make a Shirtless Myers avatar that I made myself. It's pretty funny. I do have him on my avatar map too. He's hidden on the map. He's kind of like a little Easter egg if you can find him. He's not very hard to find. You just got to look around the map and you'll find him. I'm still not really happy with this, honestly. Oh, come on, you fucker. There we go. Why do I really just don't like this? Yeah, I really don't think I'm ever gonna fuck with Oni again. I really don't like this armature. Maybe we'll just keep it like that. Like how you guys are getting into the little thing with like how bad their faces are. That's funny as hell. Yeah, I gotta say, probably the best looking female avatar, character, whatever you want to call them, in Dead by Daylight, hands down, is probably Jane. No, I'd be lying. No, I wouldn't be lying. I think Jane. Hands down, I think it would be Jane. Thick booty cheeks, Jane. I think probably hands down is probably the better looking female. A lot of people like Kate too. Kate's okay, I guess. Whatever. I guess it just depends on your choice, right? Choice of what is an attractive female avatar or character to you. I think I know what's wrong with these hands, actually. I'm kind of seeing it by moving a lot of this, and I think what it is the weights. I think it's the weight paint. Like, however they weighted these hands is really fucking weird. And I've had seen weight paint issues that were that I had to fix manually. This might be lingo bullshit talk for some of you guys that don't know what I'm talking about, which is fine. But essentially, what weight paint is, a very small rundown of what it is so what weight paint is see how I'm moving this pinky down there. So basically what it is you tell the armature, or a very amateur version of how I'm going to say it, but you basically you basically paint an area on the mesh that you tie to a bone on the armature that tells it, hey, anytime this bone moves, this mesh is going to move with it. And so essentially what you get is, this when you tell it to only specific areas of the mesh to move with that bone specifically. And I found errors with the weight paint that have been done by the developers themselves that I've had to manually fix within like Blender. I know for a while, and I don't know if they fixed it permanently. I think they did, but when we got the first cosmetics for Hollow Blight, they did something. They fucked something up on Huntress's foot, where her armature on her foot, when she would break a pallet, her foot would stretch, and it looked fucking awful. And I think they did fix it, but I had to fix it myself manually when I was making or when I was actually porting over the Hollowed Blight cosmetics into VR chat. I had to actually fix her armature manually, and it kind of sucked. But I don't know how they make boo-boo errors like that, to be honest, because why would you ever need to mess with their armature ever again when you've already... All they do, really... I'm no developer by any means, but I think all they really do, because they use pretty much the same default killer and survivor armatures for much of their characters. All they really do is just slap the armature onto the new killer or the new survivor, and it's pretty much done at that point. Like, all the weight paint and shit just gets transferred over to that mesh, and they probably have to do just slight minor adjustments, honestly. So I don't know how it would be any harder to just take the armature of the Huntress, which is a basic female killer. I think the Huntress armature is also used for Ghostface, but how hard it would be just to apply that to a Huntress cosmetic, her default armature, and apply it to a Huntress cosmetic, and it should all be done for you, really. I don't know how you make a boo-boo out of the weight paint by just doing that, because you're just transferring. But again, what do I know? I guess when it comes to developing, just very weird in my opinion. She's a little too thick for me. That's funny. I think Meg's kind of cute. Meg's whatever. My favorite females from Dead by Daylight have probably got to be Jane and Kate, in my opinion. Give me 2 seconds. Give me like 2 seconds. I have to assist. Okay, I'm back. Sorry about that. Alright. Where did I leave off? Okay, so his thumb. He's thumb. Let me see if I can find it here. So we need to mess with these values here. And of course, you're going to fuck up. There we go. Ooh, this looks so gross. I hate these hands. I'm about to catch those own hands. It's not awful, but it still looks pretty bad. There's no way I was going to be able to get that to work just right, in my opinion. I think I can make the sword come out a little bit more, and I think that could actually fix it a little bit, but I have no idea. I've been talking this whole time and nobody's been listening to me. I'm a fucking idiot. I'm such a fucking idiot. uh, oh my god. I have a lot to talk about that I just spewed out with a passion and then all for nothing. That is so funny. I don't know how long I've been muted this whole time. This just goes to show you my ADD gets the fucking best of me sometimes. Um, I'm a very forgetful person. Like, you tell me to do something, I'm more than likely gonna forget it, even if it was something important. I'm so fucking stupid. I'm sorry. Um, so essentially, what I was saying was, oh, sorry, I didn't see your chat too. So you're getting pretty tired and you're gonna head out. Good luck on fixing Oni's animations. Thank you so much. It should be ready if you obviously play on my VR chat map. I will definitely have it ready for you. Probably by morning if you want to roleplay as him. It should be done. And again, when it comes to this shit, I make errors. So if there's anything wrong with it, you could always just hop in our Discord and let me know about it, and I will definitely look back into Unity and make those corrections. But yeah, have a good night, man. Thank you for stopping by. I appreciate you in the chat. Like I said, I like talking to you guys. It's the only thing that really keeps this stream going. because otherwise I get really fucking bored streaming without really saying anything while I'm doing this. Just being real here. But as I was saying, let's try to backtrack with what the hell I was saying and why you just heard the Oni rage. So that was basically the rage sound effect that I was going to play when he busts out his Kanabo blade. And yeah. And so anyways, what I was saying, Bunny, is basically congratulating you for winning the giveaway. So this man right here, or woman, I could be completely wrong, or if you identify as an Apache attack helicopter, then whatever the hell floats your boat. But this dude, chick, person has won the giveaway that I did. They won Dead by Daylight. Well, they've already owned the game. They won a copy of basically Curtain Call and Curse of Legacy, I believe it was, right? You got basically the Clown and the Oni, if I'm not mistaken. So congratulations on that again. And I also want to thank Gobbler again. If he ever watches this stream, again, if it wasn't for him, he wouldn't have made the giveaway possible. He took his own time and money to basically give to the community, so I'd like to congratulate him for that. In the future, I would really much like to do my own giveaway with my own financial funds. Again, at the moment, I can't really do things like that just because I just have other financial things that I have to take care of first before I can decide to do things like that. And let's see. Anyways, yeah, I really did want to think about giving away my old GTX 1070 because I don't really need it anymore, but I really need the money for fixing my car. But that was the plan, was to give that away. I would say the 1070 is a really nice graphics card for 1080p gaming, but I ditched the card because I was starting to do 2K gaming and it wasn't really ideal for 2K gaming. But otherwise, it's a very powerful gaming GPU in terms of 1080p gaming, and I would say you could probably still use the graphics card up until the new NVIDIA cards that probably come out after the Super series, because I upgraded to a 2070 Super. I've always been an NVIDIA fanboy. I don't know why I've always been an NVIDIA fanboy, but I just think their products are really nice. I've never had really any issues with them. In the future, I might go Radeon, AMD card, whatever you want to call them nowadays. But for sure, my next processor that I'm going to be getting, once I ditch the i7 6700 that I have in here, I will probably definitely get a Ryzen processor, just because you can't beat the price and performance when it comes to Intel processors. You can get like an 8-core fucking CPU. I think they have an 8-core 16-thread CPU Ryzen processor. I could be completely wrong, but either way, they do make 8-core processors that are like $150, and they just blow Intel out of the water when it comes to fucking price to performance ratio. So, good job, AMD. I'm very impressed. My old processor before the i7 6700, I think it was an FX 8350, and that thing did not hold up very well at all, and I ditched that thing so fucking quick. But, yeah. Yeah, no problem, man. I definitely hope you enjoy the DLCs. Hello there, Anime Arts. I was just talking about you a little earlier ago. And oh my god, these glasses are so fucking dirty. I can barely see a horse's tits in these. Give me a second here. See, when I work, I do a lot of dishes at work. I know I have a really shitty job, and I really want to kill myself every time I go into my job. I mean, the coworkers are great. I love my coworkers, don't get me wrong. Like, I love every single one of them. But, so yeah, I do dishes. I'm almost like a busboy. And my glasses get hella dirty. I wear contacts. You guys have probably seen me in my streams where I actually don't particularly wear, I don't particularly wear any, glasses. But I usually go to work with my glasses because I'm fucking lazy to put contacts and try to impress people at my job, because I'm not about that, and I don't care to impress anybody at my job. So, oh, hell yeah, I can actually see out of these now. I need to get a new little rubber pad for the feet on them, because I hurt my nose, because I lost one, but such is life, right? Oof. Necro, when you make the animation with the baseball thing, it's his Kanabo, his little club that he has, where you make some sort of fire particle, is really... Oh, nothing. I think I forgot what the hell I mentioned to you about in this stream. My mind already blanked, dude. I don't remember what it was, why I brought you up, but I did earlier. Nothing bad, obviously. Oh, I know what it was. You're the guy that basically always tests out my shit and always tells me there's something wrong, so I always appreciate you for that. Because, I pump these fucking avatars out like hella crazy fast, and I always make fucking errors. So, yeah, I appreciate that. But yeah, for the particle system, I was actually kind of discussing that in the stream. I thought about adding a particle fiery effect when he goes into his rage. I never really didn't really know what I could use for that unless you have a particle. If you have a particle system that you can recommend me, that would be pretty fucking helpful. You're like my one-to go-to man when it comes to this stuff because you have a really nice particle effects, and obviously Anime Arts was also the one to show me, give me this shader. He made this shader himself to make the Oni's hair kind of look like it's moving. It's the best that we got considering that the hair physics in Dead by Daylight can't be obviously transferred over to Unity. So I actually very much enjoy this little shader because it kind of makes his hair look like it's moving. I need to mess with it a little bit more though because I don't really like how it's just kind of going forward and then it kind of looks like it's reversing backwards. I do need to mess with it a little bit more, but if I can make the hair where it just kind of looks like it's just flowing out like it kind of does in the game, that would be even more cooler. But like I said, I need to fuck with it some more. Sorry, I'm getting distracted. I like talking more than I like working. Let's see. So what do we need to do here? What we need to do is I actually need to delete his katana on this trigger because it's just kind of a waste of resources that we're not going to be showing. So let's just go ahead and remove the blade because we don't need it. Right arm, right wrist. Okay, so what we're going to be doing, I think... God, okay, let me really think how I'm going to do this. I believe we can take the one on his... No, we duplicate it. I think we duplicate it. So we're going to duplicate this. We're going to make this one actually go into his right wrist. I think that's how this is going to work. So what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to make it so that when I make the animation, this is going to disappear off his back and it's actually going to appear in his arm. I want to say that I think I could really just realistically do that with one, but it's not, but I'm not really too sure. I could always just test it. I could just use this one and then quite literally really let me think on this. Give me a second. Like I said, it's been a long time since I've done this. I want to see if I can figure this out without looking at chat. Because I know Anime Arts could probably answer this. Let's see. If we set this checkbox maybe. Fucking blanking out, man. I believe we can use the same one, I believe. I want to think that we can. I think we can. What I'm going to do is already just create an animation and just call it Kanabo Trigger. I think I spelled that right? Like I said, I'm always bad with these names. Kanabo. Yeah. Alright, we're going to save it. I think I'm just going to take the animation keyframes from this one and just pretty much paste them on here. And we're going to hide this. No, we're going to hide the original Oni here. And we're going to take his Kanabo and we're just going to move it. That's quite literally all we're going to do is we're going to move it. And I hope this works, but I don't quite know if this is going to work. Because otherwise I may have to use two different Kanabos and just set one. Because I think I know that will definitely work, but we would basically essentially set one of them to hidden which would be the one on his back, and then we would just create another one that just appears in his actual hands here. And this should actually, this needs to be more like right here because he holds it with two hands. So I want the player to be able to actually pretty much hold it with two hands. Let's see here. I'm pretty sure this will work just fine for what we're trying to do. Again, I will test this out in game too to make sure this works. Oh, that's right though. To make him rage though, you set it on the actual weapon though. We're gonna make 2 Kanabos. I figured it out. We're gonna make 2 Kanabos actually. So the reason why we're doing 2 Kanabos actually is when he actually clicks on his second one that's going to be in his hand, it's actually going to make the rage noise play off the actual Kanabo. So that's why we're going to do that. So I am going to make 2. Anyways, let me check chat for a quick second because I'm actually kind of abusing that now. Let's see. Yo, what? You know, it's funny. I've never had issues with Blender at all. Anime Arts, didn't you say that your computer was fucking like? I don't mean any disrespect, but didn't you say it wasn't the best computer in the world? Like you have kind of like low end specs. Like I'm just gonna be straight out and be forward with you. Like it's really hard to do any sort of modeling or rendering or anything like that when you have a slow rig. It honestly, I would just invest in the money and get a better computer, because you will have crashes if you don't have a really good system to handle Blender. I think what your issue in particular is probably a RAM related issue. When it comes to crashing, I could completely be wrong, but I think it's a matter of either processing or a RAM issue. So that's just my own opinion. Oh, hold on, I'm reading your thing about that. Just make one on the back and on the hand, and then when you make the animation, just disable the body, enable off. And yeah, see, that's what I was thinking. That's exactly what I was gonna do, dude. That's so yeah. I had to do it anyways because for the trigger noise, so it didn't matter. Yeah, you and Mr. Balrog, which is the guy that showed me how to do much of the texture editing for Dead by Daylight. You guys are pretty much legends when it comes to Unity. Mr. Balrog especially, I love that guy. He was, if it wasn't for him, I wouldn't know how to like convert much of the texturing for Unity, because you have to kind of convert the textures when it comes to Unity from Unreal Engine. So, do you know how to port models if you can't them in the files bin? Look how to port Death Garden characters. If you have a gaming PC from 2015, it should work properly, but I would have to see your specs. Anyways, to answer your question there, I have VR chat avatar tutorials. So Death Garden obviously uses Unreal Engine just as Dead by Daylight does, so it's no different. If you want to look at my tutorials, I do have a playlist on my YouTube channel listed. I actually have 2 of the same thing. I have VR chat, brain fart. I have a VR chat tutorials for the old methods that I was using, so old Blender, like 2.79 Blender, and then I have a new series that I made, which is the new playlist, which is basically just covering the same shit, only with upgraded Unity and Blender 2.8. So that is the reason why I redid them too, because I felt like I knew some things and how to use cats and things like that that made life so much simpler. But you can use either or, it doesn't matter, but it also shows you how to export models from Unreal Engine using UModel, all that good stuff. So have at it if that's what you're asking. So I did export the T800 from Death Garden just because I was very interested in. I don't know if I ever actually saved him though. At least I think I saved the T800. Shit. Oh, you know, I don't think I ever saved him, but I did manage to pull and render him pretty good. I'm trying to find him. Give me a second. Yeah, here we go. T800. Here's the T800 that I got from Death Garden. I actually didn't. You know, I don't even think I really liked the Death Garden T800 as much as I liked the one from Terminator Resistance, the game that came out, because that also uses Unreal Engine. So this is the best that I could really do at ripping the T800 from Death Garden. You have to really use a cube map to really make him look shiny, and this is the best cube map I could get for this version. This model is not really the best model compared to the Terminator Resistance game. Now watch this. I'm going to show you the Terminator Resistance one that I did. This T800 looks pretty fucking good looking, in my opinion, from the cube map that I decided to use. So this is the T800 from Terminator Resistance, and the cube map that I decided to use. If I turn this down a little bit, you can kind of really get to see him in his glory. So he's shiny, he has a metallic look to him. It's still not the best cube map. I bet I could find a really good cube map that would give me that metallic silvery sheen that I'm really looking for. But the Terminator Resistance T800 definitely looks pretty fucking detailed, and I really liked it. Hopefully one day we can get the T800 in Dead by Daylight, because I really think he would be a really terrifying killer for the game. But other people in my Discord say otherwise, but I really think he is pretty damn scary in my opinion. Okay, so again, we're going to redo this. So exactly what Anime Art said. What we're going to do is... Okay. So we're going to have to make 2 of these, just as he said. So Kanabo... I'm going to duplicate this. I'm going to place this one in his hand. Oh, okay. Are you hungry? Alright, I'll feed you in a second. I don't know why you're hungry. You're always hungry. Let's see here. Bam Bam Blade. Use Bam Bam Stick. Okay, let's see here. We're gonna move this a little bit. Still need to move this a little bit. So anal when it comes to this. I'm so fucking anal. I'm gonna make sure it's... I guess that works. So we're leaving this kind of left open. So when you actually hold it, you can kind of simulate that you're holding it in your second hand when you use VR. So you have a GTX 960, 2 gigabytes, i7 4790. Those specs really aren't all that bad. However, I think probably then what your issue is definitely RAM. I think 8 gigabytes of RAM is probably pretty low end. When it comes to doing a lot of model editing, rendering, and all that kind of stuff, I would really highly recommend that you probably get 16 gigabytes of RAM. That's just my own personal opinion. That could be what's probably holding you back a little bit. So I would see about upgrading the RAM and seeing if you still get a lot of crashing with Blender. Otherwise, what I would do is literally just wipe Blender preferences, everything, any trace of it at all, and then reinstalling Blender and seeing if that really helps you at all, if any. So I don't know, there's something about this that I don't really particularly like. I guess that'll work, whatever. Also have to change the mask from Ghostface to my metallic shader. I still haven't actually used the... Yeah, I know which Ghostface cosmetic you're talking about. I think it's called Slash Enthusiast. I haven't bothered to use your shader on that yet. I really want to. You could actually just use a cube map. I think you could use a cube map on his mask. and that would be probably similar, like a chrome cube map. That would be my best guess to make that weird shiny metallic look. So, have I thought about making Death Garden models for VR chat? Not really. I know somebody, and I think it may have actually been you that wanted me to. I don't really have any plans for it. I actually am really thinking about doing last year as my new kind of project. But I haven't really played last year like at all, so I don't know if I'm really going to be all that invested in the game. I've only ever really done Dead by Daylight just because I love the game and I love the cosmetics for the game. And now with Death Garden being a dead game, I don't know if I really want to. I'm not saying I'm ruling it out. It's just I don't have any plans at the moment to actually do that. So maybe in the future though. Right now I just don't have any plans at all right now to do that. Oh, let's see. Kanabo. I mean, I could try. I don't know. I could try to make like maybe like the Survivor lobby. If you remember from Death Garden, I mean, you had two different lobbies. You had the Killer or Hunter lobby, and then you had the Survivor lobby. And I could try to recreate something like that. It would just take a lot of time because I would have to export like every fucking mesh and kind of build it from the ground up. It's not entirely impossible, but I know I could do it. Hell, it would be so fucking nice if I could just literally export the entire map and just convert it to Unity. That would be so damn cool, but unfortunately, UModel doesn't really support exporting maps. The way that mapping works in Unreal Engine is very weird. I can't even really describe it. Oh, let's see. Okay, so now that the Kanabo's in the right position, what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to add a audio source on it. And we're going to... I don't think I have the Oni Rage in here yet, so I actually may have to put it in. Oh, I already do. Cool. So the Oni Rage, we're selecting the Oni Rage. Volume, I usually set that to like 0.5. We're not going to set it to loop. So the Kanabo now has an... Oh, wait, why is it not on the Kanabo? Oh, no, it's in there. Okay, I see. So, yep. Or, wait. No, the audio source shouldn't be on that. It should be actually on the actual mesh itself. There we go. Now it's good. Oni Rage. Let's see, 0.5. Okay. So anytime he pulls it out, it's basically going to play the Oni Rage sound effect. You can also add this. Add what to the shader? Well, add what shader, sorry. Yeah, exactly. It's a grid system. You're exactly right. They work with what's called tiling, if I'm not mistaken. I'm not too knowledgeable with Unreal Engine, but compared to Unity, they do like tiling. Unity is honestly the same thing, but the thing with Unity, at least with many of the ripping programs out there, I can't name one. I used to know one, but I can't name it off the top of my head. But there was there probably still is. It's still around probably, but for Unity Engine to rip assets from Unity Engine games, there was a program out there that could also rip the entire map as is. But I don't know why you can't really quite do that with UModel. I don't really know what the rhyme or reason is for that. I'm pretty sure it may even well be possible if Gildor actually spent the time and resources, but I don't know. Like I said, I don't know jack shit about programming. That's not my forte. My forte is cars and computers. When it comes to coding and things like that, it's like another foreign fucking language to me. I can't even hardly do math save of my whole life. So I don't envy people, or I envy people, I should say, that get into engineering and coding and things like that, because it's very hard shit. So I mean, we need people like that in this world. makes the world go round, you know. Okay, so now that we have the Kanabo there, we're gonna duplicate it. We're gonna call it Kanabo. Sorry, and I dodged your question. You want me to rip Bonesaw from Death Garden? I could just do it for you on my free time if I do, which is almost never, but I'll try. I already still have Death Garden still installed actually, and I could probably very much well get you that model. I just gotta know how the meshes work. If I remember right, I think they're I think a lot of the character meshes are all in parts, but I could be entirely wrong, and it might be a little tricky to rig them up, but I'm sure I could do it. So let's go ahead and call this trigger. Alright, Kanabo trigger. So we're gonna hide this one really quick. Fuck. Hip, spine, chest. So this one's gonna be hidden, but we're only going to do that when we do the animation. Right shoulder, right arm, right elbow, right wrist. Oh fuck me, did I... God damn it, did I really just delete the blade? I need to go back. I did something stupid. I'm getting tired. That's why I'm being stupid. So I made a boo-boo. See, this is the kind of shit that I'm talking about. I made a boo-boo. See, 0.5. I deleted his... fuck. I really made a fucking big boo-boo error. There it is, Yamaoka blade. I accidentally deleted the blade when I wasn't supposed to. I don't know why I did that, but I did. So now I gotta redo this again for the fucking 100th time. I'm glad it allowed me to backtrack that far back, because I would have been a little pissed. I could always just re-add it, but okay, I think now we can duplicate it. Okay, Kanabo trigger. Oh, okay, yeah, you can add all that extra shit. I see what you're saying. Your shader already has all those presets on it. I see. Oh, yeah, Death Garden has an AES encryption key. You can find it. It's very easy to find. Go to U-Model. They have the AES encryption key already on it. If you go to discussion, you could probably also find it on ZenHacks. ZenHacks has a lot of AES encryption decryptor keys already. So like, let's see if I can find it. So here's all the Unreal Engine games right here. Yeah, strangely, Halo Master Chief Collection also uses Unreal Engine, but only for the menu, which is, I don't even know how you can manage to make two engines work in one. It's very interesting. Alright, so Death Garden. I don't know if this is the old key, but this right here is the AES encryption decryptor key right here. This will gain you access into the game files once you put this into U-Model or Quick BMS. So see if this key works. Otherwise, yeah, it seems like it's still the key too, because this was posted on November 23rd, 2019. So it seems like this AES key is still working. So there's your AES and key encryptor. And you know what? I'll post it in the Discord for you, so you can just copy this if you'd like. So I'll go ahead and like mail it to you. Where are you at on here? Can't even find you. When was the last time we talked? Jesus. I don't even really know. The last time we talked, where are you on here? Did you change your name again? must have changed your name again. I can't find you, but it's whatever. Just check the sacrificial circle. I'm just going to paste it there. There you go. AES, a key. Gobbler's going to be like, what the fuck? What is this? I'll just be like, oh, it's the AES key for Death Garden. Oh, inside chat? Yeah, you know, that'd probably even be better. Just, I've already posted it in Discord, though. Just copy it from Discord. Oh, that's right. Something about Discord or something was fucking up for you, or you got banned or something, so you made a new peanut M&Ms. You made a new Discord, right? Is that what it was? Nom nom. Upper chest, right shoulder, right arm, right elbow, right wrist. Alright, so we're going to delete the Yamaoka blade again from this trigger. And we aren't going to have an audio source on this because we don't need one. Why is it still showing there's an audio source? Where is that coming from? What in the hell? Where'd that audio source come from? Is there like 2 audio sources on this thing? Why would there be 2 audio sources? I've never put a single audio source on here. Oh, I'm retarded because I never hid the first one. That's what I'm talking about. I get sleepy and I make errors. So now we're gonna add an animation to this guy. Ah, fuck, I need to delete the old one, don't I? I wanna kill myself. Where's Oni? There you are. Oni, Yamaoka, Kanabo. Here we go. Delete. Okay, now we should finally be good. So animation, create, Kanabo trigger. Oh, you sent me a friend request? GG. I'm sorry, dude. I hardly ever add anybody on my Discord. So that's my problem. Oh, okay, I found you. There we go. Accepted. Yeah, good now. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to... That's what we're going to do. Just take a big shit. We're going to copy the keyframes here, paste them, so that way we just basically have them already good to go here. We're going to have to reposition the Kanabo again. Yeah, we're going to have to turn this a little bit. It's a little off axis, isn't it? That's better. Okay. Yeah, I know you're hungry. Give me a second. I'm making progress here, kitty. Put it right there is probably good. It's not really... Well, it kind of is actually, isn't it? Is it clipping into his hand a little too much? Ooh, by a lot, isn't it? Alright. Like right there. Maybe like... So yeah, we're gonna have to probably modify his fingers actually on this animation just a little bit. So what, is the AES key working then? So I'm kind of a little lost on your cryptic there. Yeah, the AES key was definitely what you needed. Otherwise you were not going to have access to the files. A lot of games, a lot of Unreal Engine games. Well, not all of them, but a large majority of them use AES key encryption. So without that key, you can't grab any assets from the game at all. I don't really know why developers really add the encryption period, because eventually it gets found, or people know how to decode it, decrypt it from like places like SandHacks, and then it becomes pretty much pointless. I think they do it to keep hackers out, but is a lot of it just boils down to, in my opinion, just ripping the assets from the game. So it's called a good anti-cheat, my boy. If you don't have a good anti-cheat, then your game's gonna be shit with a bunch of shit kickers. Yeah, the folders for the game are a little complicated. A little bit different than Dead by Daylight. I haven't been in the game files in a while, so I can't really help you at the moment of what is what and where is where, but they're there somewhere. Okay, that looks pretty good. I think we're gonna keep it there. So I guess what we have to do now is we have to hit record, and what we're gonna do is we're gonna hide the Kanabo that's on the back here. So that hides it, I hope, right? No? Is that not gonna hide it? Why is this not hidden? Not allowing me to in any way. So this should mean that I'm in record mode. So if that's the case, god damn it, why is it not working? Hey, if you want to do that, then go for it. All power to you. If you want to make a Death Garden map. At the moment, I'm just trying to figure out why this isn't working. I wonder if it's because I have to hit record on here. And then if I try to go to the Kanabo here, just for instance. No, it's still not working. Huh. This is really interesting. I remember having this issue before. I don't know why it does this where it disables recording when I never fucking told it not to. Okay, well I guess if this is the only way I'm going to be able to do it, then... Oh, no, stop recording again. Why does it do that? I'm really baffled why it keeps stop recording every time I try to click on that. It shouldn't do that at all. I wonder if it's because I have to copy the keyframes, maybe? If we should go to this one. No, it's still not doing it. Why is it not doing it? Yeah, you're gonna have to help me out with this one, because I'm getting a little irritated as to why this isn't working properly. Oh, maybe it's the body I'm supposed to hide? That wouldn't make any sense. What if we actually just hit record again? Yeah, it doesn't want to do it. I don't really know why it's not allowing me to record those actions that I take. I mean, I guess we can do it manually. Technically, we could fucking add properties, and I could probably do it from there, but... I would still... Well, let me see. Chest, Kanabo is active. Is actually not going to be active. So, technically we could do it that way, I guess.
but it's just very interesting, I guess. So this one's also supposed to be no. Okay, I guess that's the only way we're gonna make it work, I guess. There it is. See, now it's disabled. I don't know why I couldn't just do that by clicking it, because I used to be able to do it no problem, but now it's like we need to set another one though where the other Kanabo in his hand is active. I don't know if this is how it's supposed to be set up. I could be completely wrong on this, but that's just why we're going to test it in game, right? Right shoulder, right elbow, right wrist. Kanabo set as active. So this is the one that's not active, and this is the one that is active, because it's going to be disabled in the original. So let's go ahead and copy these values here. Copy values. Yes, Mimi, I know you're hungry. Give me a few minutes. I'm almost done here. Copy values. Paste component values. It looks a little off in my opinion, but it's probably normal. And then we're gonna make sure it's set to hidden. This Oni needs to be hidden. And we're gonna add the cool little special effects that happen on his mask. That should be pretty easy. I should know how to do that. So to do that, hit record project. I believe we go under oh fuck. Gotta go to his materials, slashers, materials. And I don't remember what he was labeled under. I got so many of them. Let's see here if I can manage to find it. TR stands for Trapper. TC is the Cannibal. Trapper. SK. Maybe SK, maybe. You know, I know how to make this a little bit easier. Just check its materials. Okay, it's SK. So we need to look at... I'm going to actually take a picture of this really quick, because I don't want to have to keep reverting back to these materials. So we need to find SK arms, SK belt, SK body. Probably just actually torso, not really necessarily body. I'm going to go back to legacy because I use a legacy. So how we're going to do this. Okay, animation is still recording. So we go to project, materials. We're going to find SK head. And we're going to set this to emit. Oh, wrong one. Shit, did that already record? Something tells me it did. No? Good. Is it? No, SK mask. Incorrect. So SK mask. 01. Is this 01? Yeah, 01. Emit. So that's what we want to set. I don't know if I can make that an actual trigger though. That's gonna be interesting. Trying to make this set as an actual trigger. Maybe if I add a property. Maybe like that. No. Still recording? Yeah, still recording. Maybe if we... I'm not gonna really set it like that, but... Oh, no. He did kind of do it, didn't it? Interesting. I don't really know how I would actually make his eyes illuminate in this sense for an animation. Unless you want to give me a hand on that. Good luck trying to rig him. I do need to ask a really quick question, if you don't mind, because I don't think I've ever dealt with one where I'm trying to make it emit on a separate trigger. Do you think you could help me out with trying to set his eyes to glow on a specific trigger? Because setting it, just check marking it, is not necessarily enough. I wonder how I'm going to do that. Unless if I made the emission a separate material, that's the only way I could see that working. But otherwise, I don't think I can get this to work properly. So my question was, okay, so let's go ahead and uncheck this. So my question is, I want to make his eyes illuminate. So emission, his eyes basically to glow red on his Kanabo trigger. So when he takes out his Kanabo, I want his eyes to then appear red. But if I'm hitting record on the animation, checking emission is not going to actually click it on for me, and that's what I need. So for what I want to do, well, I have to redo the animation. Is that what you're saying? Because I'm trying to figure out how I can make it so that the material itself actually shows that his eyes are red when he pulls out the Kanabo. Otherwise, I could just always set his eyes to be red. I mean, yeah, mission clicking isn't working to record that change. So is there another way that I can make it do that off a specific trigger? I wonder if I can do it by... You have to make it on. So I have to leave it on then? So there's no way that I could just... So there's no way I can just make it as a trigger to make it come on? Is there any way I can make a trigger to make it come on? That's basically my main goal, is what I'm trying to do. I think I know what you're saying. So we're going to try something really quick. I think I know what you're saying. Hold on. What if I could do it actually from here by animation? We're going to hit record. That didn't work. Okay, so I'm still not really quite understanding it. Let me see. You have to make that on, and when you trigger it, the emission would have to be set to red. Yeah, I'm just a little bit lost. How would I make it set it as a trigger, though? That's my question. Like, how would I... How do I make it like a trigger? So, like, through animations, how would I make it like a trigger? Do I do it from, like, properties, or... So I wouldn't think I would do it from properties. I kind of feel like I would have to do it from, like, on here, and then I would, like... I don't know, add a component or something? I think I've done something like this before, but then I've completely forgot how I did it. So I first need to make the emission black. Okay. Okay, done. Okay, that is now done. Alright, emission is checked always, so yes, the emission is checked. We are good on that. I think I may know where you're going with this. And then you basically just change the color to red. I think that's what you're trying to say, huh? I'm trying to jump ahead of you here, but... Nope, I didn't do jack shit. So that was not gonna work. But I thought I could try to jump ahead of you. So yeah, emission is black at the moment. Waiting on the next step here. And when it comes to the point where the trigger starts, just... And when it comes to the point where the trigger starts, just take it all the way up to red and make the 0 beside the emission up to 3 to 5. That's interesting. Alright, so tell me if I have this correct. Alright, so we're going to go to 0, right? So we're going to 0. So, if it's at 0, say I duplicated this. We're going to call this like a new trigger or something. We'll call it some random ass animation, right? Alright, we're going to create an animation. Save. And then we're going to hit record on this. And then we're going to set this all the way up to red, you said, right? But see, that doesn't do anything. I could be completely wrong, but yeah, that doesn't seem to really do anything in terms of trigger. Am I like missing something? Because it doesn't really matter, because it doesn't seem like it only changes in the animation. It's still just making it red no matter what period. So what is it that I need to exactly do then to keep it from making the material itself? Okay, so if I'm not mistaken, if I'm reading what you're saying, so tell me if I'm correct on this. So, for instance, if I... For the Kanabo trigger, for instance. So, if I go to the material... Oh, sorry, here. Let's start all over, sorry. So let's say that I go to the animation on the Kanabo trigger, I hit record, and then I go over to the project, go into the material on the mask, and then set this all the way up to red. Even though it's not showing that I just set that to red into the actual trigger animation here, it's still going to show up as like black when I first spawn in without clicking on the trigger, but once I click on the trigger, it's going to actually show the eyes as red. Is that what you're saying? Because usually it creates its own little keyframe to tell it like, hey, change to red when this trigger is clicked on. But it's not showing that down here. I've done this with the Wraith Invisibility materials by setting a random material on it, but it never actually worked. So... Yeah, this never actually worked in terms of the Oni. So you're saying yes. Alright, man, I'll hold you to that. If what you say is true, then what you say is true. Alright, well, if that's the case, then I think we're done here. I think I don't need to do anything else. I think the Oni's pretty much done, so if we click on... Yeah, it's still showing as red eyes, see, and that's going to be my issue here, but we'll see what happens, right? And it's fine. Like I said, I'll test it out and see what happens. Right now I'm trying to... Oh, excuse me, I'm getting sleepy. I need to delete... Why do I have a Oni one? Oh, that's right, because I duplicated it. Okay, so these two need to be deleted. Okay, and then I need to copy over a... Yeah, I need to copy over one of these. How do I duplicate this? Did I do it? Oh, there we go. So... Okay, why is it lagging? There we go. I think I was supposed to... There we go. Yeah, that'll work. Okay, so... I actually think I need to take both of these. I need to actually put them in... Okay, no. Oni. There we go. We're going to call this Oni Override. Actually, we're going to call it Oni Weapons Override is what we're going to call it. Oni Weapons Override. Okay, so the katana will be handgun, and the kanabo will probably be rock and roll. Alright, we're going to see what this does. We're going to actually try it in VR chat in like 2 seconds. Alright, I need to rename that again though. Alright, there we go. Okay, so we're gonna see what happens, make sure the triggers work. So now what we're gonna do is basically start building it. Ooh, look at all these red errors. But do I give a fuck? No. I really don't give a shit about avatar optimization. That's funny. Holy crap, the polygons for this model are 92,000. Whoa, that's crazy. It's funny because it has all these, like, it may be blocked by users, blah, blah, blah. Well, I guess they're not going to see a cool avatar. I don't really care about all this security crap, honestly, like all this performance crap. It's like, dude, if you don't have a really good system, you know what I mean? Like, you must have a decent system if you're able to do VR. I mean, you can't have a really crappy system and, you know, not be able to do VR. Because I just don't understand how that would even work. It's really funny when they have all that performance crap that you have to abide by their rules on. Alright, let's go get me some food then. Hungry? Alright, give me a second.
Okay, and I am back. Okay, so we're updating the avatar here. Upload. Well, looks like you figured it out. Yeah, it's not really hard to rig up avatars once you've done it for a while. It's pretty easy. Takes like 2 seconds, really. I usually let just cats do everything for me for the most part. Take this down a little bit. There we go. See where that's leading me. That's better. I'm always doing this, but like it's like showing only like half my face. So I need to like pull my fucking cam down a little bit. Well, this is gonna take a second. A hot minute. Is your food good? And what is that you need to be fixed or needs to be fixed? Checking something. Alright, I guess we are going to boot up VR chat now. I haven't actually booted up VR chat in quite a while, so there it is. Fuck, I forgot how you stop. Why did it stop? Playing it apparently? I don't remember ever playing VR chat recently. Oh, shift click. There we go. Non-VR mode, because I don't have VR right now. Sent it to me. Okay, I will check it out here in a second. Shit, is it really using my old username? Well, that's interesting. It's using my last old username. My account. In any way. Is it the cloth physics? I could. You have to separate the cloth mesh separately. Okay, come on, load already. Load, you bitch. Load. There we go. Okay. So no, it didn't really quite work as intended for the Oni's red shit coming on his face. Oh, cool. So it works. Okay, so his Kanabo completely gets removed from his back when that is selected. That's really cool. But I have one issue. Oh, I know why I'm not able to. I know why his sword's not popping up on one of the triggers because I never set it. I never set it as active. That was my problem, so I'm gonna have to redo that again. I also need to add some cloth dynamics or cap colliders to the thighs. Okay, I'm back. So yeah, I need to add some cap colliders to the cloth, to the thighs, because obviously it clips. Not really concerned about that right now. It's not really all that important. I don't think I added any dynamic bones to the hair, so the hair doesn't really move. I need to fix that too. But everything else works properly, other than the sword I need to fix. So yeah, I think this one was supposed to be a sword trigger, but it's not coming out. So I'll fix that though. Oh, for the ad? I've accepted. Where's my world? Takes a second to load because I have all that crap on there. There we go. I also need to make the eyeball animate on his mask. I was going to do that manually. It's pretty easy to animate the eyeball, considering most of the animations don't really want to connect very well with the armatures anymore. But I'll figure that out on my own time. Alright, I'll check out the FBX in a second. Why aren't you working? Weird how that works. Demogorgon's face kind of works. I may have to kind of go back and kind of fix it a little bit. I still didn't add the Nurse's Hollowed Blight cosmetic. I just realized that. I really need to fix that. Or add that in the future. I really want to do some like Ghostface like scares. I haven't really tried doing any of that, considering I have him now. Oof, I need to fix his torso too. It's doing exactly what I don't want it to do. Like the new Ghostface cosmetics, like all inside of his legs. I need to fix that. Trying to see if I can fix it by just fucking around. Not really. Yeah, I need to fix that. It's pretty bad. I need to also port over the new Ghostface cosmetic. I know a lot of people are going to want that, so I really ought to do that. I haven't really done that yet. Expect that in the next coming few days. Definitely probably going to do that. Sorry, I'm just kind of looking at my avatars. I kind of like just looking at them sometimes on my avatar map. It's been a while too, so... What did I write on this? Cool. Alright, well. Everything seems to be working as should be, so. My trapper boy over here. What else did I put over here? I still haven't done the new Steve and Nancy cosmetics. I do need to do that too. Yui I can really care less about. Yeah, I mean, other than the one thing that I need to change for, the one thing I do need to change for sure, is, God, I'm having a brain fart. Jesus, this is what happens when I get tired. I need to make his katana pop up, so I'm definitely going to do that right now, before I forget. So what we're going to do, I think it's under the blade trigger animation. Yeah, see, I never set it as active. That was my problem. So hips. See, I always forget shit. Chest. Upper chest. Right shoulder, right arm, right elbow, right wrist. Yamaoka blade. Yamaoka blade, set that as active. There we go. Now we should be good. And now the blade should show up. And one last final thing, I'm going to add some dynamic bones to his hair because I haven't done that yet. So we're going to go to upper chest. Neck. Head. Hair, here we go. Oh, he does have dynamic bones. Why aren't they working? He has dynamic bones applied to his hair, but they're not working. Why are they not working? That's very interesting. Why do they not work? And why is there no display camera? That's kind of weird. Oh, well, it's working here just fine. But why is it not working in game? Very suspicious. I wonder if it's because of that performance crap that they have enabled on him. I don't know. That's very suspicious. That'd be something I'd have to go and check. But otherwise, Oni's good to go now. So we're gonna go ahead and republish him again since now I fixed him. Publish. I will take another piece of the cake that my mom.
No problem. What do you mean? How did I go to VR chat? I literally just did it through Steam. Got on Steam really quick to test out the avatar. That's all I did. I didn't like do it from the window, if that's what you're asking. Oh, actually, damn it, we're gonna have to redo it again. One last thing I was gonna do. Let's go back again. One last thing. I'm just gonna set him to always have his eyes just red. Honestly, I think it'd be best if I just did that until I find an actual solution to making his eyes illuminate as a trigger. So we actually need to go to give me 2 seconds and I'll go back to chat because I need to look at what it is I need to find. What the hell? That's interesting. Okay. Sorry, I was looking at something. So MK, see if Belt has one. I don't remember if MK Belt had one or not. Okay, why are you not? Oh, SK Belt, not MK. It's not Mortal Kombat. No, the Belt did not. I could just look at the materials themselves. I know Torso does. Okay, Torso. I think that's really the only things that actually illuminate on the Oni. It's just the torso mask on this cosmetic. Okay, legs, but I don't think so. Oh, they do illuminate? Oh, no, it's just stupid. Of course they wouldn't unless it actually has a mask for it. Try SK arms, I guess. Oh, duh, that's 0. We don't want that. 0, 1. Okay, yeah, there's no emission file for that. Okay, so we've done it. The only emission files it has is just the torso and the mask from what I'm seeing here. So, build and publish. I think that just has something to do with VR chat in general. I find that a lot of my dynamic bones don't look nearly as good as in Unity as they do in VR chat. And I think it just has to do with the engine or something within VR chat, something to do with what settings they have in VR chat itself. I don't think necessarily it's Unity. That's my own opinion, especially with physics too. I notice physics, like cloth physics, look a lot better in Unity than they do in VR chat. So I that probably has something to do with it. Yeah, that's pretty funny how VR chat can do, or how they can do shit like that with VR chat. That is the problem with VR chat, is because VR chat is so open sourced and connected to the game itself, I guess you want to call it that. It is so dangerously open source that anybody can hack into your shit, and that's very scary when you think about it, or tricky, I guess.
I believe it because VR chat is very, very easy to hack because of how open sourced it is. There becomes a point to how open sourced you can make it, and this is it pretty much. You can do whatever the fuck you pretty much damn well please when it comes to VR chat. The engine, there's no anti-cheat. There's absolutely nothing in VR chat that can really combat this because they haven't invested in it because it's something that's free, obviously. Well, they have servers for Christ's sake, so I'm pretty sure they could afford it, but they need to put an anti-cheat of some sort on VR chat, and they haven't. And I really think they should, and this is why I don't really fuck with VR chat too much, just for that same reason. One, well, two really is the sheer amount of the bullshit that you're gonna have to deal with VR chat, like you already put up with, and then the fact that I can't even connect my VR headset with this current monitor that I have until I get a different cable. So I mean, yeah, I want to get back into VR chat eventually, but I don't really see a point anytime soon. I would assume VR chat for the most part is pretty much fucking dead anyways because it was only a fad when it comes to late 2017 to early 2018. That's when the height of VR chat was the shit and you had Knuckles memes and shit. But other than that, VR chat's pretty much dead. Alright, we should be just about wrapping up the upload here. I'm probably going to start heading off in the stream too, just because I'm pretty tired. And I need to wake up relatively early, so I might actually be going back out to Arizona tomorrow too. I'm not entirely sure. So if I'm gone for like a day, because I'm only going to be out there for literally a day, and I'm coming like right back. So I probably should have let you guys know ahead of time about that, but it was kind of I literally just got the news kind of about it by today. So that will definitely be posted on the community post about all that information. So there we go. Oni's complete. He should work like a charm. The only thing I really need to finish with him is adding cap colliders in his thighs, and it should be pretty much a solid. So yeah, I might work on Ghostface tomorrow if I have time and if I'm not going to Arizona tomorrow again. Because my girlfriend's going out to Arizona by tomorrow. She's going to be out there for at least a good year and a half. So I'm going to bid her farewell and go on the trip with her and then come right back with her family. So yeah, we'll see how that works out. Yeah, I might work on the new Ghostface cosmetic, the original licensed cosmetic for him for tomorrow. So I actually kind of want to see that put into my avatar world. So it should be pretty easy, but yeah. I'm going to go ahead and close out Unity here. So, let's see. Yes, one thing you can do and handle it. EAC have to be added because this game has something in. Oh, the bone saw model. Yeah, I could probably look at it really quick. So what is it that you're trying to get it to do, though? Let me look at Discord really quick. Oh, God, that looks disgusting. Alright, let me see here. Yeah, you have some kind of rig issue going on here. You didn't quite spell bones correctly. Just giving you a hard time there, buddy. Okay, let's see here. Alright, fucking hopefully Blender will open. Here we go. Trying to load FPX files after converting them is kind of tricky though. Sometimes they don't always like to work properly and you may have to start from the beginning. I don't know how you're rigging these, just an FYI. So let me see here. It's been a little while since I used Blender, so give me some space here. File, export, FBX. No, not export. Import, you retard. Import FBX, desktop, Sawbones. Alright, what do we got here? Well, the model looks fine to me, at least on my end.
aren't you working with me? Can I already see through them? I think I can. Wait, no. Because I'd be able to see the fucking... Sorry, I'm trying to remember how I can look through these pose library bone groups. Oh, in front. There we go. Now I can see them all. Let me see how your armature is. Because it shows just fine on my end. Yeah, the armature seems to be working fine. Oh, wait, you got a hair issue here. You got like this weird hair weight paint issue here. I'm pretty sure I could fix that. What's this? The neck? Oh, okay, I see. So this is the neck. This is the head. We would just have to connect the head. So what we can do... Okay, so the cloth, so you're trying to get this cloth to move, is that what you're saying? So what you would have to do is edit, Control P, no, wait, P, by material. We're going to check it by material first. Okay, so we could, oh boy, okay. So are you trying to give you the bow and the FBX attachment? No, I don't really need necessarily that. I just need to know what it is you're trying to do. So you're trying to make this cloth move, right? You're trying to add cloth dynamics to it. Is that what you're trying to do? Just say yeah or no. Because then I know what to do and what to go from here after that. The hair weight paint, I could easily fix that, but I need to know what it is you're trying to do with this cloth here. Sorry, I'm stretching. Oh. Okay, so you're talking about the ass cloth part of it. Well, I could... Let me see here. This might be one whole mesh, but how we're going to determine that is we're going to do P again, but this time we're going to do by loose parts. Okay, so this, and we could try going on edit on here one more time and seeing if there's any loose parts on this. And no, there is not. So how you're going to make this work, and let me just move it over here to give you an example. So what you're going to do, how do I explain this? So what you're going to do in Unity is you're going to basically select, you're going to tell basically everything from basically this torso arm piece right here, all this, like halfway, maybe right around here, like probably from the body all the way around. You're basically going to tell the restraints. You're going to put restraints basically on this section of the body here, so that this cloth does not move. This part of the mesh does not move, and only this piece down here moves as cloth, if that makes sense. Because I can't break this down anymore unless I really want to get into some heavy editing, and I don't really want to do that. So you don't really need to for this instance either. You just basically got to add restraints to about the body all the way from this arm here. So
But yes, you can just, so what we'll do is we'll label this piece. We're just gonna label it as cloth. And then, so for the head though, shit, we have too much shit going on. We gotta reconnect all these meshes. Let's go from here, connect, Control J, why you know Control, there we go. Control J, okay. So now everything's, okay, yep. So we're gonna call this just body. Call this armature, just because I like to be neat. All this bones. Okay, so I'm trying to remember how to weight paint. It's kind of a little different compared to 2.79. So we go into edit mode, I believe. No, I'm stupid. I think it's gotta click on the mesh and click on the armature, hit edit mode, or maybe it's like this, and then go into, okay, no, it's still not right. It's probably that, edit mode. No. Weight paint. I think it's actually weight paint. There we go. Yeah, now I think I figured it out. Okay. So, okay, let me go back again. Edit. Should actually go into pose mode. Exactly what I need. I'm gonna actually move the head like way the fuck, like right about right here. I'm gonna reset the pose on it so it doesn't really matter. Maybe even up a little bit. No, probably just down because I need to see what I'm working with. Okay, that looks good. Okay, so what we're gonna do is object. I'm gonna do this, weight paint, strength. I hate it when it does this. Brush, front faces only, no. I really don't like the weight paint in 2.8. I don't know what it is, but it just does not work very well. Okay, there we go. I fixed the hair. Hair's fixed. Now what we need to do is go into object, pose mode, Control A, is it A? There we go. Okay, reset the positions. And there we go. It should be fixed now. So if you look at the head here and you go into pose mode and you go to just say the neck, there you go. Hair's fixed. So should move with the head because it's part of the head bone. You really ought to use cats for a lot of this shit though. That's useless. These useless bones and shit. I'll try to use cats really quick to see what happens, because you have a lot going on here that you really don't need in terms of bones. Oh, just fucking farted. Little fart. I'm not gonna hit on. Oh shit! There's a new cats update, but we're not gonna. Yeah, remind me later. Connect bones, remove 0 weights, sure. Keep upper chest. Hit OK, fix model. Cool. Alright, it fixed it. Alright, so basically what it just did now is it got rid of all the useless bones that you don't really need, while keeping additional bones, such as if you want to add dynamic bones, you could, to like this little beauty right here. If you go into pose mode, which I think it's in rest position right now. Yeah. So if you wanted to add dynamic bones, you could definitely add dynamic bones to this to make this object move on her back.
But it basically just gets rid of all the useless fucking bones that we don't really need necessarily. See, it even keeps like the cloth bones right here on her leg, so you can still do something with those if you wanted to. I would also rescale her too because she's very fucking big. I would definitely think about rescaling her unless you want to rescale her in Unity. You could do that, but I'm very anal when it comes to this type of shit. And I usually like to do it within Blender. But here we go, Sawbones. Now we could just basically export this as a new FBX desktop. Sawbones. Okay, it's all exported, don't save. And I will send you the new one. And there you go, all done, fixed. I don't know how to add the bow on the arm. I don't remember how that all works. You could really just, I don't remember how Death Garden was back in the day. Like I don't remember how their bows how they were attached to the armature, how they looked in game. Let me type in, what are they called? They're called survivors. Oh, here's Sawbones right here. I think this is her. If you want to attach the I thought, why don't you just make it as a weapon trigger? You could just make it a weapon trigger. Yeah, you could technically make this bow just a weapon trigger, and just have, or if you want it always detached, you basically just, I don't have Unity open, but you basically just attach it to the wrist, and it should work just fine. Yeah, you can have it if you want. I mean, if you want me to convert the bow, I can do that, but as far as attaching it, I don't usually attach it through Blender, and I don't recommend it. I usually attach it through Unity, and I connect it to the armature through Unity and not Blender. I do that for even my Dead by Daylight avatars. I don't necessarily attach it through Blender. Oh, what the fuck? Where is it? Can't find it. I don't even know where the hell I saved it. I guess we'll just re-download it. We only have 2 bows. Oh, it's actually, okay, I see this now. The bow is actually, okay, I see it's actually like a gauntlet. That's very weird and interesting. I've always thought you can still technically attach this to the arm though, if I'm not mistaken. So for instance, I guess I'll boot up Unity for this. I don't think you have to attach it through Blender. You could attach it through Blender, but you don't have to, if this makes sense. You could just quite literally just fucking, I'm just gonna put this in the Death Garden folder since it's all the same shit. Okay, so... Oh yeah, she's mega huge. Yeah, I would definitely think about rescaling this. So what you can do is you can literally attach this to her armature through the... Okay, so is that the left shoulder? Just put it in her left wrist and you're pretty much good to go, and it should work. If I'm not mistaken. Yep, there you go. See? Works just fine. See, it's attached. You don't really need to attach this through Blender. You just attach it to the arm. Yeah, you just attach it to the arm, and it works just fine. As for the wrist, though, I don't think the wrist is ever meant to move, though, so that could be a problem. Yeah, see, her wrist is never meant to actually move, though, so maybe you can actually get away with putting this... Maybe her left arm, actually. So that way, if her wrist does move... Yeah, there we go. That's going to be really weird for you. I'm just going to flat out say it. These avatars, because this gauntlet is attached as a weapon to her arm, this is going to be very weird. Because you're going to have clipping issues, as you can see here. It's going to clip into the metal, or out of the metal, I should say, when you try to wave or anything like that. So I'm just sorry. I'm just letting you know about that ahead of time. So you would basically just attach the bow to the left arm. Hell, you could probably even do left shoulder, maybe. I don't think it really matters. You just need to do it to like the left arm. Okay, no, we need to even go up one more, actually, or down one more. So probably the little elbow. Okay, there we go. So you're gonna want to place the bow in her left elbow, bone, armature, whatever you want to call it, and that will pretty much set it in the position that you want it to. And anytime you move the elbow, it's gonna work. If you move the wrist, it's not gonna move the bow with it. Yeah, so I don't think you're gonna have too much clipping issues, but you will definitely have clipping issues just because the way that this avatar, this character is designed, I should even say. So I don't know. I don't know if this is the rebooted one. I've never really played Death Garden. I never really played Death Garden from the beginning to the start to answer that question, because I wasn't too heavily involved in the actual game. I played it with my old high school buddy for a short while, and that was really it for me. So, but there you go. Yeah, you don't have to attach this to Blender. You can actually just attach this. You can just attach that in Unity, and you basically put it in under the left elbow. Don't put it in the wrist, and you're good to go. Just like that. As far as the other dude that sent me a friend request, so you wanted the files, so there you go, man. You're gonna have to pull out the textures on your own through UModel. Let me know if you need the AES key encryption, and I'll definitely give that to you. Hell, you know what? Just in case you didn't already have it, 'cause I don't want to do this again. There's the AES key that you're gonna need to rip him out of UModel. So anyways, guys, I'm gonna go ahead and head off. I'm pretty fucking tired. Thank you for joining in on the stream, though. Hopefully people have fun with Oni. I plan to do some more Avatar rips in the future when I have the time. I actually need to finish up. I've been putting it off because I've been doing other stuff, but I really need to finish up my iOS theme for Dead by Daylight. It's finished on my phone, and I've been using it for like a couple months now.
but I haven't actually uploaded the new version of it on my Mediafire account, nor have I uploaded it yet to my repo for those of you who are jailbroken on an iPhone. I have my repo set up, I just haven't uploaded the files yet. So I just want to make sure that I have all the wallpapers and all that shit set up, and any additional things I want to set on it. So but yeah, good night there, guys, and I will see you definitely in the next video, and I hope you have a good one. Peace out, man.